So we've taken time to figure out what the future value of a amount invested or borrowed today is going to be worth. But what if we want to go the opposite way? What if I want to figure out, if I need $10,000 in 5 years, how much would I have to invest today? What's the present amount of value that I have to invest right now to get some future amount? So we can actually use the future amount formula and rearrange it to figure out an equation to figure out the present value that we would need to invest in order to get a certain amount down the road. So our present value formula, our future value formula is the future amount is equal to the present value times 1 plus I to the exponent n. So what I need to do is I need to isolate p. I want to get p all by itself, the present value all by itself. So in order to do that, I'm actually going to divide both sides by 1 plus I to the exponent n. 1 plus I to the exponent n. And when I do that, I'm left with a over 1 plus I to the exponent n is equal to p. Okay, and so now I've isolated my formula for getting my present value. However, that's not necessarily the cleanest way to write it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more conversion. Instead of having a fraction, because fractions are sometimes ugly to work with, I'm going to get rid of the fraction. I'm going to have this as being, I'm going to change this around so that it becomes p is equal to a times 1 plus I to the exponent negative n. And by making the exponent negative, that takes the denominator of the fraction out, and I can put it up at the top. Okay, so this equation is the equation that we want to be making use of when we're trying to figure out the present value of a particular item. Okay, so if you're working with present value and we want to figure out, well, which one of those two values is going to be smaller? Okay, is the present value going to be smaller or the future amount value? Okay, well, the hope is if you're trying to save money, you're going to earn money down the road. So the present value should be smaller. Okay, so your present value should always be, ideally in a perfect world, the present value will always be smaller than the final amount. Okay, the final amount of money that you have saved should always end up being larger